just because something is natural does not mean it is good. I hear some students giving this as an explanation of Moore's naturalistic fallacy. This is wrong. So what is Moore's naturalistic fallacy? Let's find out. This is a video tutorial for A-level philosophy students, exploring Moore's famous objection to naturalism in metaethics, his naturalistic fallacy. This video can form part of a unit on metaethics, but can also be used in units on utilitarianism or natural moral law. By the end of this lesson, we will be able to describe, apply, and evaluate the problem, ready for your essays and exams. Active learning beats passive learning every time, so please pause, take notes, rewatch, and complete the tasks. G.E. Moore is one of the most influential thinkers in metaethics. His 1903 book, Principia Ethica, puts forth a compelling case to abandon naturalism, centred around his naturalistic fallacy. Moore was so successful that during the first part of the 20th century, many philosophers agreed with him and abandoned naturalism in favour of non-naturalism, in particular intuitionism. This is useful to know in terms of how impactful his view has been. Whether you think his objection to naturalism works is going to be up to you. What is the naturalistic fallacy? Put simply, Moore's naturalistic fallacy is this. Naturalism fails because it tries to define good, and good cannot be defined. And this is it. The naturalistic fallacy is committed by any theory that defines good. Naturalism defines good, so naturalism is guilty of the naturalistic fallacy. A question should be popping into your head right about now. What exactly is the problem with defining good? To understand this, we need to be able to explain what is called Moore's open question argument. Moore's open question argument is used to support his view that good cannot be defined. So in your exam answers, you can explain what the naturalistic fallacy means and then move on to why he thinks it applies by explaining the open question argument. First, here's an extract from Principia Ethica. Consider pausing to give it a read. Can you get the gist? If not, come back after the end of the video and try again. Moore thinks whenever we give a naturalistic definition of good, it always remains an open question if it is indeed good. Because of this, Moore concluded no such definitions are successful. To understand this, we need to understand what Moore means by open questions and their opposite, closed questions. A question is open if the answer is not decided by the meaning of the words. A question is closed if the answer is decided by the meaning of the words. According to Moore, any successful definition will always produce closed questions. For example, is that bachelor an unmarried man? This is an example of a closed question. If we understand what the words mean, there can only be one answer: yes. In fact, it doesn't really make sense to even ask the question. Bachelor and unmarried man mean the same thing. This is because unmarried man is a successful definition of bachelor. So to ask it is just like asking, is a bachelor a bachelor? There is no doubt, there is no ambiguity. It is a closed question. Likewise, any successful definition of the good, according to Moore, should also produce closed questions, if it's a true definition. However, Moore thinks whenever we give a definition of good, it always remains an open question if it is indeed good, showing that good cannot be defined. If this is a bit confusing, don't worry, we're about to apply it to utilitarianism. It's easier to understand Moore's point here if we apply it to a theory, but first, let's do a quick comprehension check on what we just covered. Utilitarians say that good is pleasure, so the definition of good is pleasure. If this definition is successful, then it should be a closed question to say, is pleasure always good? It should be a meaningless question, like asking, is a bachelor an unmarried man? Or is good always good? But asking, is pleasure always good, seems open. Some will agree and others will disagree. It seems a meaningful question to ask. Consider Nozick's experience machine. Imagine a machine that could create a virtual existence that maximized your pleasure for the rest of your life. It seems an entirely open question to ask, is plugging yourself into the machine good? But if plugging yourself into the machine creates the greatest amount of pleasure, and pleasure is the definition of good, this is really just asking, is good good? Or at least it should be. But it doesn't seem to be that way, right? Moore thinks it is obvious that whatever definition we give of good, we can still always ask, but is that always good? Indicating that good is not definable. If we replace pleasure with X, we can see how this argument applies to any possible definition we can give. Let's summarise. The naturalistic fallacy is that good cannot be defined. So any attempt to define, such as those found in the naturalistic theories, are guilty of this fallacy. Moore supports the naturalistic fallacy with his open question argument. Whenever we define good, it always seems open to question, indicating that it is not possible to define. Before discussing if Moore is correct, let's check our understanding. Pause, think, or write down your answers to these tasks, and then unpause to see if you're correct. So, are you convinced? Does Moore demonstrate that good cannot be defined, so any attempt to do so commits the naturalistic fallacy? While a defender of metaethical naturalism might want to respond to Moore by saying that the open question argument only shows people don't agree on a definition of the good. It does not show there cannot be a correct definition. Therefore, he fails to support his claim of the naturalistic fallacy. The open question argument may show that the ordinary usage of good is unclear and perhaps in need of revision, but think, if you met someone who mistakenly defined triangles as having 4 sides, would that now mean it's impossible to define triangles just because not everyone agrees? Or does it mean some people are incorrect in how they're defining triangles? Similarly, a utilitarian could argue just because not everyone agrees the good involves maximizing pleasure does not mean this definition is false, or that it's impossible to give a definition. A utilitarian may be quite convinced their definition is the only correct one, and that other supposed understandings of the good are just mistaken. For them, the question, is pleasure always good, is a closed question. Moore does not do enough to support his claim that good cannot be defined. However, Moore thinks there is something fundamentally different about the concept of good compared to other concepts like triangle or bachelor. This response is going to let you show off a little bit more about Moore's view. Good, according to Moore, is a simple concept that cannot be broken down any further. A triangle or a bachelor are complex concepts that can be broken down. Simple concepts cannot be defined. Complex concepts can be defined. We can say a triangle is a shape. It has 3 sides. The sum of its interior angles is 180. We can say a bachelor is a male. We can say a bachelor is unmarried. However, we cannot break down any further the concept good. The good, Moore argues, is more similar to the concept yellow, or any colour. Yellow, according to Moore, is also a simple concept because it cannot be defined in any simpler terms. We cannot break it down. Yellow is just yellow. Now, we may want to respond to Moore here and say, actually, we can define yellow because we can explain the physics of yellow. We can talk about its particular wavelength, where it falls on the spectrum of visible light. But for Moore, this is not what we mean when we say we know yellow. We perceive yellow. We see it. If you met someone who's never seen the colour yellow, but you explain to them its wavelength, do they really know yellow? Is that actually the definition? Moore thinks not. Moore thinks we can only understand yellow through direct perception. And the good is the same way. We cannot define it. We cannot break it down any further. We just perceive the good directly through intuition. Where do we go from here? Would you end this discussion saying that Moore has successfully undermined naturalism? Do we need to abandon that as a position on our metaethics map? If we define good as pleasure or as function, does it genuinely remain an open question if these are good or not? Is good, or yellow for that matter, impossible to define? Or has Moore not done enough to discredit naturalism? Does he rely on the fact our ordinary usage of the term good is muddled? So although it seems possible to ask open questions, this doesn't show a definition is false. Think about it and make your own judgment. Does he give us reason enough to abandon naturalism in metaethics?